let me ask you guys a question. Who's gonna win? A knight. These are the kinds of guys that used to seek out the Holy Grail.
Yes, we're looking for the Holy Grail.
Fight dragons, go on crusades, yell Deus Vult, and were incredibly well trained in fighting. Or a dude with what looks like a trowel and a couple bricks on his back. Who wins? Literally, tell me right now, who do you think wins? Because, well, just like those annoying little ads on the internet, the answer will surprise you. Because this man has a secret ability. No, he's not gonna pull this hammer out of his pants. Wait a minute. No, he's not gonna like beat you with his hammer. And no, he's not gonna beat this guy in individual combat. He's gonna do that. Let's see that again in slow motion, because it's absolutely incredible. This man is named the Architect, and he can literally build walls. Look at that guy disappear. Now what happens? You're like, well, I mean, he's a knight. This guy's slayed dragons. He's been knighted by the queen. Oh, well, that's one way to deal with it. The wall can attack itself. I mean, who would have thought that the best weapon of war is actually just a dude who went to architecture school and built all those weird little balsa wood buildings and he's carrying around campus and you're like, what are you doing? But we gotta ask the question, just how strong are these guys? What if we face them against an archer? Will the archer be able to get the arrow through the wall? Oh, I guess the answer is the wall was built way too quick. But now I'm not entirely... Oh. Uh-oh. This guy's gonna have to build a wall closer. Oh, he got stuck right in the gonads. Build a wall and make the archers pay for it. Look at this. Now we know what happens at this point. Instant destruction. Needless to say, the Architect is the most exciting unit we've seen in tabs probably since the evil and good factions launched. And is that a year ago? 2 years ago? Look at the size of the walls that they're able to build. They're able to build impressive stuff. This reminds me of the castle brick mod we had so many years ago now, where the walls had their own destructibility. Oh gosh, you know what's gonna happen here, right? Oh god, ooh! Massive destruction. These guys, I'm not entirely sure what can beat them. Now we're gonna up the ante and add two of the most powerful units in tabs. The secret unit, Giant, Ice Giant, and then Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, whose bow and arrows, well, she shoots a lot of them. She shoots them really fast. She is, well, quite literally a goddess. Oh my. Now that is interesting. I think we just discovered a potential weakness of the Architect units. I'm not entirely sure if these walls are going to be enough to kill the Frost Giant. They tripped him up for sure. Oh, and they can engage in individual combat. They may not be the best at it, and they're definitely vulnerable to arrows. But they built a wall. Oh man, they built a wall on the wrong side. So they can definitely be defeated. Now, how would 23 architects do if they were to invade feudal Japan here to fight the Dynasty faction? Now, they've split out in 3 columns to address the 3 different flanks, but the enemy that's up against them, you gotta remember that the Dynasty faction has some of the best ranged units in the game. They've got these amazing firework archers that, if they hit you, you can go flying, and then they explode, doing massive damage. But then the Hawachas are able to do significant damage because of how many projectiles they're able to fire at once. So, who wins? And then, keep in mind, they also have one of the fastest firing range units who has a very long neck. The Ninja. Oh god, the balls have already been built. And the enemy actually seems very perturbed when it comes to walls. They do not like them at all. But the Hawachas are able to fire right over the walls. These guys are gonna start taking casualties. Their units are going to start dropping, as you can see right here. Oh, that guy got hit right in the throat. And this guy, from this angle, looks like he's stabbed in the head, but it just got a brick. Luckily, these things don't explode. But what does explode are the firework arrows. Now, depending on the Dynasty faction's fire rate, they might just be able to just destroy everybody. And it sure looks like it. So the architects are definitely vulnerable to ranged units. And the Dynasty faction sure seems to be doing good enough. The fact that these guys like to get into close combat. Look at this. They're pretty talented because they can make even figure X's here. So while destroying a lot, needless to say, the Hwachas did them in. But what if you were to take the Hwachas out of the picture and then face them against the Dynasty faction who has balloon archers? Now, what I want to see is we need to run the scientific experiment to see if the balloons can pick the walls up. If they're considered units, oh, they must have... Well, I mean, when you see this many balloons, it doesn't look like it would be enough. So, let's increase it even more. That is a lot of balloon archers. I want at least 100. But we're going to add more architects as well. That's a lot of walls, but it should be enough balloons to at least lift one of these wall sections, right? Okay, all the balloons release, but you can see the architects starting to go, well, quite straight up to the moon. No, that's the sun. They're still able to pump out these walls. The issue, though, is look, most of the archers stand just far enough back to where they cannot get hit by the collapsing walls that the architects so carefully and deceitfully built. These aren't just defenses, because the best defense is a strong offense, and these offense is defense. Wait, these defense is offensive. This is... what? But ranged units sure seem to have their number. But what if you were to take the powerful Da Vinci tank? Can that be defeated by architects? Or does he hang just far enough back? Can his cannons break through the wall? They don't even fire. He wasn't even firing, nor was he moving forward. And then right after he got hit, he stopped spinning. It's very peculiar. I think the cannons are actually hitting the edge of the walls. But right after that, he's able to fire, get some shots off. This architect needs to build fast or he is dead. Oh, man. Can you imagine getting your rib cage and stomach just crushed by an exploding ball of iron? You're dead. But the one unit of the Renaissance faction that I'm very curious about is hard charging knights. What happens when you have a knight just charging an architect? They run right into the wall. Oh, this is not going to go well for them. They kind of can't get out there. Ooh, they did have enough HP to survive the hits, though. And then they easily trounced the architects. Now, in a one-on-one fight, we have to ask the question, can the architect beat every faction's boss unit? Let's see. Here is the woolly mammoth from the ancient faction. Ooh, it slapped him in the head. Uh-oh. I think I've seen this in that movie 10,000 BC, man. The guys who building the pyramids and then the mammoths go rogue. Ooh! Yeah, red victory. Now we go to the farmer faction and get the scarecrow. He should be able to throw crows, which I thought they were moving around it, but it doesn't look like it. If the enemy unit doesn't get close enough to the wall and then actually die within the first blast, then I think in most cases... What? This guy has a long reload rate. I think he might die. I think, yeah, he can take this guy out. So now it's time for the king. King, how good are you? Now the king, I think, has enough HP where he'll survive the architect's wall, but he might fall off. If he doesn't, like he didn't, then he's got a very good chance of winning this fight. He just double kicked the guy in the chest. So now the Viking Jarl. The Jarl has pretty good abilities, but once again, the key here, he's melee, he will charge the wall, but he should have enough HP to survive. He actually tried to freeze the wall, but he built a little bit of a cage that should have kept him from falling off. Wait a minute. I've never seen that before. And Architect is dead. Now, Dynasty, the Monkey King, honestly, the Monkey King can teleport. Can he teleport through walls? Well, he didn't teleport, nor did he clone himself. Oh, he just cloned himself and then fell off. Oh, wow. I think the Architect won, but I don't know if it was just by pure luck. Now, we've seen a Da Vinci tank in the streets of Italy, but what about on the narrow confines of this death bridge? Oh, look at that. It's got that one silly wheel. He's overcorrecting. He was about to fall off, but he got the cannon shot off. The Pirate Queen should be more than fine to face this new architect. This new... I mean, in a way, he's at least a magician and maybe even a super unit. Needless to say, he did not fare very well. What about Quick Draw? Quick Draw's got some pretty impressive abilities, like being able to draw quickly. He's shooting at the wall. This wall might... I think the wall's invincible, but he dodged it. Are you gonna get your... Yeah, he's gonna definitely... 2 shots, it looks like, 1 to the chest and 1 to the left arm. Legacy Super Peasant? Yeah. Legacy Dark Peasant. Oh. Now, even the Dark Peasant can't destroy the wall. Whoa. But the wall can stop the hands. Ooh! What about the Chronomancer from the Good faction, which was the last update that we've ever gotten in tabs? I don't... Oh, he just turned him into gold. The Midas Touch. And the Void Monarch from the Evil faction, I think this guy is definitely going to kick the Architect's butt. Unless he gets knocked off. Which is possible. Oh! One of the most powerful units in the game destroyed by one of the most humblest in Origins. El Architect is incredible. This guy's been very busy while we were doing that. Look at what he built. A giant golden topped, that's Landfall's logo. A giant pyramid right next to what looks like a little bit of a farming village. Oh my god. It's a Viking boat filled with chickens. This guy has been busy. Look at what he has been up to. This is wild. What does this mean? What is that thing? This is the weirdest level. There's so many strange fish. Fish! I'm wondering if there's like not a secret unit lurking around. I feel like there could be. Wait a minute. Is there some evil Egyptian faction lying around? Like there... Oh. The dark chicken. I've never seen a dark chicken before. Only the white ones. Maybe the chicken man and the chicken man, are they coming back to tabs? Honestly, the question is, how are those guys not units? Whoa. We can go inside. Oh my god. Of the pyramid? I think this might be a maze. That guy tried to find the end and he died. I feel like I'm in an episode of Westworld here. Trying to find the center of the maze. The game within the game. What on earth is this place? We need to explore that another day. Because that is massive. And there has to be secrets lurking beneath. But right now the question is, who is the architect? Where did he come from? And why did he build this pyramid? If you guys do want to see more tabs, we'll pull the trigger on that like button and let me know. And I'll see you in the next one where we look at some even cooler units than the Architect.